Students, everyone settle down. We are just waiting for everyone to join. Everybody sit back, relax. Whatever notes you have, you can, open the books. A notebook is suggested, a digital notebook, a piece of paper. And everyone who's joined for the first time, students, a warm welcome. I suggest you drop a Zoom chat along with your name. I have already received your names on WhatsApp, but to be able to connect with you on Zoom, you have renamed yourself as well. That is very nice. Just sit back, relax, focus, bring all your attention to whatever we are going to discuss in class, and consider it as an escape from everything else. Anyone having any question, you can always raise your hand. I will give these instructions again. You can raise your hands using reactions on the Zoom app. It's like emojis. And also, you can drop a message on Zoom chat anytime. I want everyone to be comfortable and try and take a feel of the study strategy that we have. So ideally, in RT, we cannot see the other person. We cannot identify the other person directly like we identify our callers on mobile phones. So it is very important that we listen carefully, like everyone is listening to my voice right now, and imagine that you are connected over a civil aviation radio frequency network. Now, an open question to everyone in class. If you know the answers, you can raise your hand. At the same time, you can also write the answer in the chat box. What sort of communication systems do we use in civil aviation? The hint is based upon the type of frequencies. Very warm welcome, students. I hope everybody can see me. I'm not sure if everybody is in, but very happy to see a few surprise students. Some students had requested last evening, and I think some students have just requested now following the instruction. I really appreciate it, students. I think Anjali, S.S. Shekhawat, Sarika, you have been one of those students that we have not spoken before, but I think at 4 o'clock, around 4 o'clock. Very well, very good. Following instructions is the first key to becoming a good student. And when we are a good student, we learn well, we perform well, and we clear our exams. Manan is here. Manan was in touch since yesterday. Very warm welcome, Manan. Smritipriya is here. Smritipriya, after a long time, very happy to see you're trying to attend a live lecture. Vinay is here. Vinay, I think we have spoken a little bit. Correct me if I'm wrong. And then we have your seniors, students, Victor Tango Bravo Alpha Romeo, Victor Tango Juliet Hotel Alpha, and Victor Tango Sierra November India. So all the names that I have taken with Victor Tango, these are students pursuing RT course, and they are in their different areas of learning, and they are also going to do the same thing. And basically, a unique call sign is assigned to them. Eventually, if we'll continue with the lectures, maybe we'll assign you also. The question asked is, what are the types of communication system? We are 9 of us as students, and I've got 6 answers. Everybody uh, try to give an answer. You can say, sir, I'm not sure. or you can say, sir, don't know, never studied, but interact. Okay. And feel free to keep your cameras on. It would be nice if I can see everyone, anyone, little bit for some time. And if you have privacy issues, then I respect it. But we need to have interaction, so we have to do it through chat. Now I'll just give you a demo of how the reactions work. I think there is a heart symbol these days on Zoom app for reaction. You click on reaction, there's a small arrow, and yeah, we have some options. Like I'll just show you all. Raise hand is one option where you can see on top of my screen. Sahil, very warm welcome. Sabrish, very warm welcome. Bhargav. Can you all, everyone, raise hand and see if everybody can do the reaction thing? Yes. So whenever you have a question, you do this. SS Shekhawat, you also try. Anjali, you also try. Keep it up. Like, don't lower it. There'll be an option to lower it once the doubt is resolved. Srutipya, you also please try. Okay, Sahil, you also please try. Yeah. So Anjali is giving me this. It means, yeah, sir, I'm getting it. I'm following it. So this way also you can interact with me. If you don't understand something or if you want to say no, you can use this also, right? If you're really enjoying, you can use more emojis also. We can have a little bit of fun if you are sincere with your studies. Like if there's a joke, somebody cracks a healthy joke, then you can use this. Hmm? But let's not get distracted. So yeah, if you're focusing, then you can always enjoy. And if you're not focusing, then you'll be confused and will not have time for enjoying the session. I'm just checking if anybody else has requested for the link. In the meantime, post your questions. If you actually have any doubts, first lower all your hands, everyone. And then if you have anything to ask, discuss, please raise your hand. There were a couple of students who had requested yesterday, but they have not requested now. I'll just drop in the link to them also. Okay. And students who have just connected now, we will be communicating a little bit on chat after the session during the end of the day sometime. So yeah, you are free to connect there also where you have requested your meeting link. Anybody having problem with language or English language, you can always tell me and I'll give you translation in Hindi also. Anybody thinking I'm too fast, we will use RT phrase called speak slower. If you cannot hear anything, or if you miss something, in English we say pardon. In Hindi we say फिर से बोलना सुनाई नहीं दिया. Here we can say a phrase called say again. I want you all to listen to the voice, get comfortable, and be alert. It's a radio exam that we're going to prepare for. Everything is to do with voice, pronunciation, with what we are speaking, how we are speaking, all under the umbrella of rules and regulations. Which rules? They are called rules of the air. So during the course of RT, we also master the understanding of rules of the air. It is very important. So we get to learn a little bit of regulations, the major part of regulations. We also get to learn a little bit of methodology, important from pilot's perspective. Then we get to learn about navigation with respect to all the radio navigation systems, radio wave theory, and we also get to learn about communication systems. And we do get an idea, a little bit idea about technical general also. We don't really study anything in depth about concepts in technical general in RT, but We do have an understanding of engines, single engine idle power run up, dual engine high power run up, single engine failure, landing gear malfunctioning, primary control surface is not working. So those references are there. So basically, RT exam, generally known as one of the most difficult exams, generally this exam really is very enriching. And if you study well, it is easy to clear the exam. I have not yet done a readability check, so anybody who's aware how to do a readability check, you will give me a response verbally. Ideally, we're supposed to write all calls. We have to log. I'll walk you through everything, students, once. Starting 5:30, we'll be having a student who will be giving us a mock exam. Everybody would be observing to gain experience. So we call them other students joining as observer and the one student taking the mock. So we have to ensure that we understand and we prepare ourselves for the same. I'm doing a system test speaker. At the same time, I'll do a readability check. All students who know how to answer, don't know how to answer, one by one, respect whoever comes first will transmit. You can temporarily go on unmute, say, and come back. Focus on what I'm saying, whether you understand what it is or not, just focus. Eventually, you learn everything. So it doesn't matter if it's your first class of RT in life, doesn't matter if it's your first class with iCATS, or you're in between, doesn't matter. Anything you don't understand, write your doubt somewhere, share it with me later at the end of the session. So the call goes like this. All stations, Invictus control, 1345, 54321. How do you read? Now, Invictus control is I'm representing myself. Whenever we are representing the transmitting station, we use a call sign for that transmitting station. Generally, control will be related to Mumbai control, Ahmedabad control, Delhi control, Chennai control. There are about 15, 16, maybe a few more control areas like this. So in the exam, you will be speaking to controls depending upon where you are going to depart from, where you're going to land as per the question paper. The question paper is nothing but your flight plan. So in RT, you get to learn about the flight plan, and we teach you the actual ICAO flight plan also. It can be asked in your Part 2 YY as well and your CPL navigation exams also. Everybody who knows this information, you are suggested, encouraged to give me a feedback saying, Sir, I already knew most of things that you said. It was really a nice refresher for me. I got to learn a new thing also, maybe a few new things. Or maybe I didn't learn anything new, but it was a good refresher. Everything should be towards a very positive outlook. These are basic expectations that I'm setting with everyone so that you understand what we are doing and get the best out of it. Okay, I think I'm done checking two more students and we are done. So all stations, Invictus control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do you read? Students who know how to give calls, I'm expecting you all to give me a reply.
Invictus Control, Victor Tango, Juliet Hotel Alpha, read you 5. How do you read?
Station calling Invictus control, read you 2, say again all.
I say again, Invictus Control, Victor Tango, Juliet Hotel Alpha, read you 5. How do you read?
Victor Tango correction, station calling Invictus control, say again call sign, speak slower.
Invictus Control, Victor Tango, Juliet Hotel Alpha,
Victor Tango Juliet Hotel Alpha Invictus control, read you 5, how do you read?
read you 5. Strength 5, Victor Tango Juliet Hotel Alpha.
Very good. Very good, Sahil. Nice to hear you. Emphasis was not very much on the call sign. Now, as an air traffic controller, I'm busy multitasking. I didn't catch it. I didn't catch it. So I thought there is a break in my communication that I'm hearing. So I used the appropriate phrase that I have and I communicated it back. There is a readability scale that we are going to see. Anjali has replied, read you 5. Yes, Anjali, it's right. When we are perfectly readable in RT in aviation, readable means audible. Okay. So when you're perfectly readable to each other, we say strength 5 or read you 5. It's not radio, it's read you 5. I'll be sharing the whiteboard, but I want you all to just focus on the voice a little bit, get used to it. So I missed, although the communication was clear, but I was not able to understand the call sign. So when we don't know who's calling us, we say station calling me. Who am I? Invictus control. I could be any ATC. I could be a pilot also. We have to understand radio telephony restricted aeronautical, RTRA. Remember this full form. Students generally end up saying aeronautical as aeromobile in their part 2 Viva as well. Imagine what the instructors and the examiners would think that a student has worked so hard to get through part 2, but they don't know the actual full form of the license. For the abbreviated version and the full form is there on our application forms also. But maybe somewhere, somebody might have written wrong and everybody is learning that. So we need to be careful. So radio telephony restricted, what is it? Is it a license? Is it something about language? These questions are very frequently asked in the exams, and we need to be careful about them for part 2 Viva of the exam. So basically, what is the exam all about? The exam checks whether you are well versed with the language of aviation radio telephony. And if you are well versed, then you get the RTRA license. The license in itself is not just a license, it is a license to operate civil aviation radio frequencies or civil aviation aeronautical frequencies. You become one of those few people who will be allowed legally to use those frequencies. Otherwise, if anybody will try to use those frequencies, it is against the law. At the same time, the RT license is not just the license to operate those civil aviation aeronautical frequencies, but it is also a COP. COP means Certificate of Proficiency. So this single one document is twofold. It gives you a license to operate civil aviation radio frequencies, as well as it is a certificate to prove that you are proficient with the aviation radio telephony language. So when you are pursuing your ground studies, wanting to become a pilot, you deserve the best education, and I want you all to be able to learn and then solve papers and then clear the exam instead of just blindly mugging up the papers and expecting one of them to come in the exam so we can clear. I know results matter, but in the long run, when you will be selected by an airline and when you'll be doing in-flight checks as final checks, somewhere you'll realize your learning today will be helping you there. So invest the time to study and get the knowledge. So only one student has given me readability check. How about everybody else? Only Anjali and Sahil. How about others?
Invictus Control, Victor Tango Sierra November India, Radio 5, Strength 5. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra November India in Victor's control. Read you 3, speak slower. How do you read?
Radio 5, Strength 5, Victor Tango Sierra November India.
Roger in Victor's control. Shabrish, we are very fast. We cannot be this fast. We have to understand the other person will be writing our calls. Remember, I have always said you have to be slow. What kind of communication systems do we have? VHF and HF. Shabrish, it's correct. Sahil, VHF and HF. HF and VHF, correct. Smrutipya, VHF and HF, very good. Vinay is saying radio. Sarika says VHF. Sarika, you're partially correct. Manan, it is VHF and HF. And Bhargav, for voice communications, we use HF and VHF, not UHF. So please remember that. Manan,
Roger.
VHF is correct. But not only VHF, we have HF also. So Surya, how do you read? Surya, are you there or not? Okay, let me know. Students, Vinay, Neha is here. Neha, very warm welcome. I hope you can hear me well.
Radio 5, sir. How do you read?
Read you 5, strength 5 in Victor's control. I'm not sure if you're attending another class or if you're free, just message me accordingly. I'll give you some questions.
Roger, sir. I am in class right now.
Don't do it. People will catch you, but I appreciate your passion. Okay. All right. Smrutipya, are you able to speak or not? Please let me know.
Victor's control. Victor Tango, Sierra Delta India. 1 2 3 4 5 5 4 3 2 1. How do you read?
Victor Tango Sierra Delta India and Victor's control. Radio 5, strength 5.
Radio 5, Strength 5, Victor Tango, Sierra Delta India.
Okay. Good. I like your energy, Surya. Very nice. Anjali, can you say something? I would like to see if I can hear you. If you can hear me, you can give an introduction, you can say hi, or you can do anything with Aarti.
Hi, sir. My name is Anjali. I'm from Agra and I'm attending this class for the very first time. I have never attended any class of RT before.
Okay, Anjali, nice energy. You're very welcome. And yes, have fun and let me know any and all questions that you'll have. I like when students we are interested in studies. Very good. Manan,
Yes, sir.
yes, yes, Anjali.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Students, feel free to share your mind, okay? Yes, Manan, carry on.
Sir, actually, I'm not getting
What are you not getting, Manan? Can you hear me?
to how to reply you, like how to read back all these communications as I'm attending very first time. So that's the reason.
You will observe, okay? We will observe students and we will, for students who are doing it for the first time, if anything is going bouncer, understand in couple of years, you will be doing the same thing without any bouncer in the cockpit. So do not be scared, be confident and believe that you can do it. Anjali, were you saying something?
No, sir. I was just saying thank you. That's all.
You are welcome. Manan,
Yes, sir.
good?
Uh, it's good, but sir, just मतलब एक बार वापस सिखाओ ना, मतलब कैसे आंसर देना है, मतलब आई एम नॉट गेटिंग एक्चुअली.
हमने कुछ नहीं सिखाया है अभी तक, हम सिर्फ इंफॉर्मेशन
अच्छा.
शेयर कर रहे हैं। डोंट वरी, आप सब
ओके.
समझ जाओगे धीरे धीरे, है ना?
ओके.
अभी
ओके.
सिर्फ सर इंफॉर्मेशन एक्सचेंज कर रहे हैं, बात कर रहे हैं आपसे,
ओके. ओके.
समझ रहे हो?
रोजर
वेरी
गाइस.
नाइस, वेरी नाइस। Vinay, please say something. Let me see if we have a good connection. Vinay, I cannot hear you. So, can anyone hear Vinay?
Good evening, sir.
Very good evening, Vinay.
Hello, guys. Myself, Vinay. Very good evening for you all. I'm from Hyderabad. This is the first time I'm attending RT class. I'm very excited.
सब लोग हाई नहीं बोलोगे? ठीक
Hi,
है.
Vinay.
Hi, Vinay.
Hello, guys, is that trademark, right? Videos. Hello, guys. Nice. And what about fellow girls? Hello,
Hi,
people.
Vinay.
Hello, people बोल सकते हैं. Hmm. Sarika, please say something. Let's see if we have good connection here. Students, please check. You might be on unmute. You might be on mute or unmute. Okay. Sarika, if you're there, please message. So this becomes a very realistic experience of how we experience communication with ATCs when we are not looking at each other. Even if I disconnect my video and if everybody go off video, then it becomes really very realistic, where you all can act as pilots waiting for departure on an apron, and I can be a central ATC playing different roles. So that way we can always practice and experience. All right. Do we have any questions before we get started with whatever little time we have, with whatever the agenda is? First timer students, don't worry. After this, I will share a link with you, which would be an orientation class for your RT course. It will be free, and that will show you proper introduction to RT the way it should be for a first time student. So remember to request. I'll share an email and instructions on how to study it, and it'll be for about 2 hours 30 minutes. Everyone who's already a student has attended that lecture first, like Neha, Strutipya, um, Suryadev, and then uh, Sahil and Bhargav. And based upon your performance in that lecture, I generally take a Viva, and based upon the Viva, you learn and you can maybe offer to join the course also. So yeah, that will be free for you. Please take it and remember and remind me to take it. Otherwise, आज की क्लास में क्योंकि हम बहुत कुछ करने वाले हैं and obviously it's not an orientation class for first timers, you should not feel that अरे ये तो rocket science था मेरे लिए और सर क्या सीधा ऊपर से सिखा रहे हैं ऐसे थोड़ी होता. So I understand. So you all don't have any expectations. Just enjoy the ride. I hope all first timer students are getting what I'm trying to say. Okay.
Yes, sir.
You can share this or this students. This. I can see everyone. Yeah. Yeah. Anjali, I appreciate what you're doing. Keep it up. Great. Okay. Saika, I'm not sure you're there or if somebody else is there on your behalf.
Yes, sir.
Uh, yes. Please communicate. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear.
Okay. Can you tell me if you are already a student of RT or you're attending it for the first time? What's going on?
No, sir. Like I'm attending for the first time.
And have you studied RT before?
No, like Rex Met, and I have studied Rex Met, navigation and all.
Very nice. I hope you're feeling fine. Everything okay? Earlier, I was not able to hear you.
Yes, I got a call, so I was in a call. That's why.
All
Important.
right. It's okay. Students, no compulsion to attend this lecture, right? If you have anything, you can drop a message, leave without saying. Just take it easy. Okay. All right. So, anytime you have any questions, you can drop a message in the chat box. And yeah, there will be more things where we make a parking lot in your notebooks. All that you will learn, those who don't know, in the lecture that you will be getting to study an orientation class for your RT. So what is RTRA? Like I said, if anybody asks what is RTRA, the full form is radio telephony restricted. If they want to, if somebody asks what is the meaning of restricted, so you'll say the use of aviation or the use of radio frequencies would be restricted or limited to aeronautical frequencies only. Aeronautical frequencies here co-align with our civil aviation communication frequencies. For comparison, there are maritime frequencies also where radio communication between ships, coast guards, boats, commercial, cargo, and cruise, they all have a different set of frequencies for their communication. Aviation has different set of frequencies for their communication. Over the period of your entire learning before your exams, you will be required to know what is the exact frequency range also. What is HF? What is VHF? Right now that we are speaking, we are using a combination of everything. Right now we are using all radio wave theory applications, which you'll be studying about modulation, demodulation, EM wave, polarization. So this microphone, basically the microphone converts sound waves into electrical energy or electrical current. From there, the electrical current is going through the wire into the system. Into the system, it will be amplified. Amplified means increasing the strength. And then it will be modulated. Modulated, we need modulation to transmit this voice to each one of you. We are there in so many different places. I cannot just shout to everyone. And then in your systems, it is demodulated. And then the electric current is made into my voice through speaker. So a speaker is a device that converts electrical energy or current into voice or audio. And a mic or a microphone is a device that converts pressure energy or sound waves into electrical energy or current. So it is so easy if you understand what is happening. Feel free to make your own notes on these things. What I need more from you is understanding of these things. If you understand now, later on, easily you will get to memorize because notes will be given to you and everything will be there. Everyone following, try reactions, everyone. Otherwise, Anjali will be obliged to say on behalf of everyone. Everybody try to say this if you're following this. See, Surya is giving me claps so I can see he's happy, learning, and he's enjoying, he's appreciating. So this way, if you interact with me, I can give you better. मनन, आप देखो Zoom पे reactions करके कुछ है, क्लिक करो उस पे क्या क्या आ रहे हैं देखो and try to communicate through reactions. Yes, very good.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. So I think everybody is comfortable. We can pick up the pace now. Okay, ready, students? Let's take off. Let's see where our destination is. So radio telephony restricted. A is for aeronautical. Remember. Okay. What are the two types of communications we use? Firstly, we need to know that communication in aviation is of two types. Two types. Voice and digital. When you will be into the airline, you will know about digital communications. They are coded communications. Your codes like PAN, Mayday are digitally very different compared to our audio voice communications. There is a whole set of rules and regulations for digital communication also. Luckily, when you start flying, when you finish your CPL course, you are not required to have that sophisticated aircraft and systems. We do it on a smaller plane, basic plane, where as a mandate by DGCA, as a mandate by rules of the air, as a mandate by Indian Aircraft Rules 1937, you will be mastering all these things that I'm saying through you have to. Students who have finished their course, you know what I'm talking about. It should be a good revision for you. Everything that I'm saying is very important for a part two Viva. So will basically everything that you're learning, students, once you finish your studies, you will be in my place. It'll be like that. So you need to study. That's it. So we are talking about voice communication. So we can say that my communication is of two types. We can write communication short as com for our understanding. And from here, we are going to do voice communication. So voice communication is via HF radio frequencies and VHF radio frequencies. HF stands for high frequency. VHF stands for very high frequency. Now, for students who have never seen what a AM wave looks like, what is frequency? Now, this is just a signal, electrons. Electrons flowing through atmosphere or conductor or whatever medium. Electric current, the thing that gives us shock, the thing that makes all our appliances work and everything, is also flow of electrons. Electricity is flow of electrons. We say potential difference. We don't use the word electrons, but when it comes to electronics, we talk about electrons. The best part about choosing aviation as career or CPL as career, it's not just the dynamic job profile, not just the travel, not just the high pay, not just the high value, or not just being in the sky. It is the knowledge that you will get. Aviation is connected to all major fields. Even biology is there in aviation when it comes to human factors. Psychology is there when it comes to human factors. Chemical engineering is there when you think about your fuels. Air conditioning is there. Everything, almost all industries. Maybe we might say agriculture is not there, but then we have aircrafts for agricultural purposes also. Spraying, pesticide spraying, seed sowing, we have evacuation flights, we have humanitarian flights, we have relief flights, and then we have passenger flights, we have cargo flights. So aviation has brought the world the way it has become, and you are all a part of it right now. And you attending this session, understand you are a professional. You've started your professional journey. So, question to students, Sahil, what is the frequency range for HF and VHF?
For HF, it is 3230 megahertz, and for VHF, it is 30 to 300 megahertz.
Shabrish, please verify. Is he right?
Sir, VHF com frequencies, is it?
Yes.
It's 2 megahertz to 25 megahertz for HF, and for
Okay.
VHF it's 118.0 to 136 megahertz.
Say again.
118.0
Mm-hmm.
to 136 megahertz.
136 megahertz. And Sahil, what was your answer? 30 megahertz to?
300 megahertz. I thought you were asking the frequency band for VHF. I didn't hear the
Students,
communication part.
students, everyone, first time students, senior students, students waiting to give your mock, everyone. Very few people know this. I want you all to make a note and register it in your memory. What is megahertz? What is frequency? You will learn eventually. These values are important. Later on, verify and correct them if they are wrong, but they're very close to accurate. Now, actual VHF frequency band is from 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz. Now, what is hertz? What is megahertz? It's very simple. Firstly, I talk about EM wave. What is EM wave? EM wave is nothing but my radio wave. What is radio wave? Radio wave is EM wave. Everything is the same. EM wave, radio wave, both are the same things. The word radio comes from radiation. Radiation is basically dealing with space or wireless technology, as we call it in other words. So anything which is wireless uses radio waves. Radio waves, when deconstructed to their core nature, physical state, they become EM waves. They are EM waves. So how does a EM wave look like? An EM wave looks like this. We call it a sine wave. Now, all radio frequency communications, lakhs of pilots are flying every day, lakhs of communications are going on. Everywhere, these waves are traveling from one station to other through a few modes of propagation. VHF propagates. Propagates means travels through atmosphere from transmitting station to receiving station. We need a transmitter, we need a receiver. Let everything soak in, students. It's a consolidated thing just to enrich. Once again, whether you understand something or not, it's secondary. You have to understand and enjoy whatever is going on. And feel free to discuss your doubts. Now, just one student who had gotten in touch yesterday, I had given him the same thing, orientation class and updates for him on request. He just finished his lecture, he's sending me, sir, session was really great. So, very nice. So, I'm hoping that everybody will have a similar experience. I'm just sharing for inspiration. So, this is a sine wave. Okay, this is my radio wave. I'll be using this on HF and VHF both. HF will also be a sine wave, VHF will also be a sine wave. With this part of what I'm going to say, you're going to understand what is an EM wave, you're going to understand what is a radio wave, you'll also understand what is hertz, what is megahertz. Okay, it's going to be super enriching. So why do we call it EM wave? We call it EM wave because it has two components. E stands for electrical component and M stands for magnetic component. All your electric currents, if they are oscillating, we call them AC currents. You will be learning this in your technical general. You also have to learn electronics and electricity when you're doing CPL or when you're doing aviation. So it's a combination of everything. And it really, if you give in the time, it really makes you feel good about everything. So electrical and magnetic components together in nature form an EM wave or a radio wave. These components are always mutually perpendicular to each other. It means if this black part, if I color this, if this black part is my electrical component, then the purple part is my magnetic component. Perpendicular to each other. If you look at it from front, it will look like this. Black, your electrical, and this, your magnetic. So EM waves are radio waves. They are called electromagnetic waves. So they have a name, electromagnetic. Electro for electrical, magnetic for magnetic. They are sine waves. This is called a sine curve. A different curve other than sine curve is this. This is DC current in electricity. DC current only takes the upper part of a sine wave and puts it here. It doesn't take the lower part of a sine wave in electricity, it skips it. So we get a DC current. Now, DC current is not used in radio waves. No, it is only in electricity. AC current, when used in electricity, gives us oscillating electrical current with a related magnetic field. If you go back to your school days, Fleming's right hand rule or left hand rule, electromagnetism, everything, this is where it leads up to. A radio wave will never exist without magnetic component. It is a byproduct. So this becomes your direction of propagation here. And this becomes this. Carefully look here, students. And if you don't understand, feel free to ask. I'll repeat. This here, from, we call it 0 to this point called 360. 0 to 360, we have a flow of energy from 0 reaching a peak point. Here, we say it occurs at 90 degrees. You will understand what these degrees are about. Then it comes down again. We say it comes back to 0 at 180 degrees. Then it continues to have a peak on the opposite side, just the value of the energy of the radio wave. Okay. We say this occurs at 270 degrees and then it falls back to 0, which is 360 degrees. In aviation, 360 degrees and 0 degrees are one and the same. For example, magnetic directions. This is north, east, south, west. Angular measurements measured clockwise from reference north. This is how you'll be studying navigation, or you must have studied navigation. So east becomes 0 degrees. Angular measurement measured clockwise from reference north. South becomes 180 degrees. Same, west becomes 270 degrees. And north, which was 0 degrees, then becomes 360 degrees. So 360 and 000 are one and the same. So a sine wave has a peak positive and a peak negative. And generally these waves are produced in a circular form, or something in some housing is circular where we get AC current or EM wave generated. We don't really need to have generators always. We have oscillators, which are quartz crystals. Quartz is a crystal that has natural vibration, and that rhythmic vibration can also generate sine waves. You must have seen quartz watches. Those quartz watches have the hand movement of the watch through a quartz crystal inside. You give a little power to the crystal through a battery, and it gives you rhythm, and that oscillating rhythm can be converted into a circular motion. Just like how a piston engine turns the propeller of an aircraft, or in your bikes and cars, piston engine turns the wheel round and round and round. So the 0, 90, 180, 270, 360 generally is referred to that particular thing that moves into a magnetic field. 0, 90, 180, 270, and then 360 like this. And in its motion, surrounded by some magnetic housing, we get an AC current out. From there, the terminologies have come here, which we can just understand. So from 0 to 0, we have one cycle. And this cycle is very important for you to understand what is hertz. So we can say peak to peak, one peak to another peak. It becomes confusing because we have to imagine another one. So we say 0 to 0 or 30 to 360, we have one cycle. Now this one cycle, we look at our time and everybody track the, everyone just track this with me for a minute, okay? For a second, we have to be very fast. A second just flies by. So this, I'm tracking again. If I've done this in 1 second, if I've had one cycle in 1 second of time, I call it one cycle per second, CPS, one cycle per second. This is where we get the word frequency. You will be dealing with frequencies for the rest of your lives as a professional pilot. So what are frequencies? Frequencies are cycles per second. How many cycles per second? That becomes your frequency. So this particular example, we are assuming that this one cycle has been completed in 1 second. So I say my frequency is one cycle per second. Everybody make sure you make a note of this. Frequency is number of cycles per second. Unit of frequency is on the name of the discoverer or the inventor of this particular set of radio frequency systems. His surname was Hertz. So our unit is now a Hertz. Hertz in small will be written as this. Now look at the third line very carefully, students. 1 cycle per second is equal to 1 Hertz. When you just have 1 cycle in a second for any radio wave, you have 1 Hertz. It is that simple. So whenever you imagine if there is a signal 10 Hertz, you should imagine, okay, that particular signal is oscillating 10 times in 1 second. Try to visualize. If I say 10 cycles per second, it becomes 10 Hertz. It means 10 cycles per second. Imagine how fast the energy is vibrating. Now, if I have 100 cycles per second, it becomes 100 Hertz. And if I have 1000 cycles per second, I have 1000 Hertz, and I change 1000 and I call it kilo. 1000 grams make 1 kilogram of fruits, vegetables, gold, whatever we buy. Anybody buying 1 kg gold, please share. Now, this is a joke here, students. You can laugh. I'll share if I'm buying. I'll give everyone 10 grams. Yeah. I'll give toppers 10 grams. We'll buy pure gold from Dubai. So, 1000 hertz becomes 1. Be very careful, okay, students. 1000 hertz become 1 kilohertz. And you write it like this. K big, H Z. Z is small. 1 kilohertz. From here, if we go ahead and we say 1000, 10,000 cycles per second, it becomes 10,000 converted to kilohertz. So it becomes 10 kilohertz. So if your radio signal is oscillating 10,000 times per second, if your AM wave is oscillating 10,000 times per second, imagine how fast it is. It is called 10 kilohertz. Now add one more zero. 1 lakh cycle per second. It becomes 100 kilohertz. We call it 100 kilohertz. And similarly, when you have 10 lakh, you get your first important value for your communication systems. It becomes kilo, kilo. Your kilo plus kilo in this becomes mega. And it becomes 1 megahertz. Now coming back to 1 megahertz, where did we see megahertz before? We saw megahertz here, 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz. So my generic HF frequency band is for frequencies 3,000 cycles per second to 30,000 cycles per second. And we use HF for a very important purpose, which is long distance voice communication. High frequency. 3 to 30 megahertz is generic frequency band universal. From 3 to 30 megahertz, we use this specific for civil aviation. A little lesser than 3 and much lesser than 30 here. And VHF, 118 megahertz. It means 118,000 cycles per second. Very fast. Faster than HF oscillations to 1360, 136 megahertz. So this Here again in orange will be your specific frequency, but will color the generic frequency of VHF band. So VHF band is 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. There are more bands: UHF, EHF, SHF, ultra high frequency, extremely high frequency, super high frequency. And there are other on the other side also. Before high frequency, we have low frequency, medium frequency, low frequency, very low frequency. So low frequency, medium frequency are used in your ADFs and NDBs, which are your navigation aids. HF and MF can be used for communication long distance. HF is good. VHF is used for communication and navigation both. For communication, students, remember VHF is used for short distance. And this here is your specific frequency used in aviation. There might be some more specific thing in the frequency, students. Whenever you come across the relevant one, do it. Make the correction or make the addition. So what we are talking about right now is what RTR is about. It's about radio telephony restricted. The word telephony here means exchange between two or more people. The way we have been talking about telephones, or I don't know if you all students know what telephones were. As children, we have seen what telephones were. Telephones were microphone and speaker connected through wires, and we used to dial a frequency which was connected to wires and communicate with each other. So the word telephony comes from that. Radio was invented much before. Radio waves were also invented much before, but the use in civil aviation had come in a long time after the invention of radio waves. So Nikola Tesla and Marconi, they both have worked really hard to have radio waves developed. So radio, EM waves, telephony, connection between two stations who are far away from each other. Restricted, usage of frequency is restricted to only certain type of frequencies. Which frequencies? Aeronautical. We understand what is RTRA. RTRA is license to operate what? Civil aviation aeronautical frequencies, civil aviation frequencies, aeronautical frequencies, you can say anyhow. And it is also a COP. COP stands for Certificate of Proficiency. Next class or future classes, we will show you how the license looks like. It's pink in color. My license is of hard cardboard. New licenses are soft cardboard. If anybody tells you, why do you need RT? There are two reasons. There are actually three reasons that we can sum up with the need for RT. Everybody make a quick note of it. Need of RT. Anytime anybody asks, what is the need of RT? You attended one lecture, right? You should be focusing on these 3 points. Ease of communication, where my communication is short and swift. Second point, using standard words and phrases, we can avoid miscommunication. And this miscommunication can prevent incidents and accidents from happening. Miscommunications to avoid incidents and accidents. Now, students who are going to appear in Delhi or who are going to appear in Mumbai or anytime, you need to know the difference between the definitions of incidents and accidents also. So, Sahil, Suryadev, and Shabrish, Neha, please ये डाल लो आपके to-do list में and go through rules of the air and give me the meanings after the end of the session, or you can give it to me in real time also. This is your task right now I'm giving you. See if you can send me screenshots of incident and accident. Okay. One of our students was asked this yesterday or day before yesterday. Good news. Two students who have given exams so far, both have cleared their exams. The part two was also very good. So yeah. I think Surya, you are the only one for this session now who are in touch. Three students have given exams and three of them have cleared. Actually, four students. One was not direct a student, but I was just guiding and helping him. He also cleared. Good. So I'm telling you students, the strategy works. साहिल आप सब ये मत सोचो कि सर ये तो मैंने कर चुका है. No. The way I'm explaining is the way you have to explain in short in your part 2 Viva. Remember. Okay. So the third need of RT, what is the third important need of RT? One is ease of communication. We make it short and swift. Second, using standard words and phrases, we avoid miscommunication, thereby avoiding any incidents or accidents due miscommunication. A lot of people have lost life just because of miscommunication. And I don't generally talk about accidents, but one of the rotor aircrafts had crashed into a passenger jet in one of the great countries of the world recently. And I have been following it up closely, and I've come to know that there was possibly an error in communication from either a trainee pilot who was in the rotorcraft or the air traffic controllers. So even after having so much, if we have an accident because of communication, it means the problem is in training. And this is why I say students don't take it for granted. Accidents don't knock and happen, and they are very rare to happen. But if they happen, generally they happen because of human error. So we play our part as young students or wherever we are to ensure that we have done our part, to ensure that we follow all protocols. One wrong word said because we didn't study clearly the protocols can result into miscommunication. The third most important point, which I want you all to embrace in your answer, especially students going for exams. Mr. Ali, you are also here, right? I'm not sure where is he. He's not okay. Fine. Mhm. Rule 63 of Indian Aircraft Rules 1937. Remember, Indian Aircraft Rules 1937 is the name of set of rules from where we derive all our rules and regulations for civil aviation. Like for criminals, we have IPC, Indian Penal Code, punishments for crimes. Aviation, we have Indian Aircraft Rules 1937. It's a set of rules starting from rule number 1, goes up to hundreds, 130, and all rule numbers specify what you're supposed to do. And then from the rules, you go through requirements, and through requirements, you get to know all protocols. This is by DGCA. In short, I'll just tell you the brief of this rule. The rule states that in India, you can fly any civil aircraft either as VFR or IFR. And the aircraft should have at least one two-way radio communication system on VHF. This is where the holder of RT license is given so much of importance because without a valid two-way radio communication system, at least on VHF, you are not allowed to fly commercially in India. Commercial flying can only be done through VFR or IFR, visual flight rules or Indian instrument flight rules. Visual flight rules or instrument flight rules. And the aircraft should be fitted. And there should be a licensed personnel to operate this two-way radio communication system. Now you, the holder of the license, are the licensed personnel who will operate the radio, while a CPL trained student will be approved by DGCA by giving them a license, and he or she will fly while an RT holder will communicate. So earlier when aviation was developing, a radio operator was different and pilots were different. Slowly, they reduced the workload. So they gave the job of radio to pilots pura pura. Earlier, navigator was different, flying pilot was different. Now navigation job is also given to pilot. So earlier a pilot's job was just to fly, maybe do a little bit of communication, but not navigate. Now you have to navigate also, communicate and fly, do everything. So that's why you as a pilot are required to have an RT license. Otherwise you cannot fly commercially. So whenever you'll come across vacancies or vacancy advertisements or whatever notices, they will say you need to have a valid CPL or type rating and a valid Indian RTRA license. Otherwise you cannot even apply. For engineers, it is important because you can grow into your field. For mechanical, you will be approved to taxi the aircraft on the ground for maintenance. It's just like a pilot moving the aircraft on ground. So that is a very close thing to pilot for engineers. And for avionics engineers, you will be able to certify radio equipment, which becomes a part of your avionics. So RT license will open your doors for flight dispatch jobs also. If you are waiting for your CPL jobs, or if you want to save some money, or if you just want to experience civil aviation. RT will give you a job prospect of a VHF operator also. RT will give you benefits if you want to join ATC also. ATC will not require compulsion of RT. They have their own training program, but having an RT will be beneficial. Plus, having an RT, you can, if you're in engineering, then you can become, or you can grow quick and fast. For you, dispatch should be your backup option. If you don't want to change fields and you want to go to CPL after 10 plus 2, do a graduation on the side and target dispatch experience till the time you're not flying. This is where you will be helping pilots develop flight plans, routes, and everything, all regulations, assign and this, that, everything. Something that a general pilot does on their own. And then you'll be able to build contacts also. So the license is amazing. The learning is amazing. The exam is tricky, but not impossible to clear. If you study well, you can clear in your first attempt. If not, you get more chances. You speak to any genuine aviation personnel, be it engineers or be it pilots, they will say aviation में pass fail नहीं होता है. So you don't worry about failures. You think about your own learning and your own area of improvement. So time for questions. This, I think, should be where we'll wrap up. Otherwise, we'll not get time to do our mock session. So if you have any questions, please share. I would want you all to share your notes with me on WhatsApp. Once after the session is done, you can share pictures or you can convert pictures into PDF and share. So RT license, we know the full form, we know its functions. It's a license to operate and certificate of proficiency. We know it is used for voice communication. Voice communication is on EHF and HF. The generic frequencies of VHF is 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. For HF is 3 megahertz to 30 megahertz or 30 in RT. And specific frequencies obviously 2 megahertz to 25 megahertz and 118.0 to 136. Be open to correct it if couple of digits are here and there. Then we have understood, okay, what is this RT or radio wave? Radio wave is called electromagnetic wave. Two components mutually perpendicular to each other and to the direction of propagation. And they travel at speed of light. Because we have megahertz, we understood what is frequency. Frequency is number of cycles per second. 1 hertz is 1 cycle per second. 1000 hertz is 1 kilohertz. So 1 megahertz would be 1000 kilohertz. So you can just imagine how fast the waves are moving. It's just brilliant. We did know about directions. Directions are measured clockwise from reference north. We did know 0 and 360 are the same. And we do know what is the need of RT. Ease of communication, avoiding miscommunication, and mainly Rule 63 of Indian Aircraft Rules 1937. It seems like a very little thing to learn, but focus on quality students. You deserve this. Chalo. I'm going on mute. Time for you to ask questions. If not, we'll take a quick break. And when we come, we will only have a mock. In the mock, I'll share a mock question paper and the student will be giving the answer. I'll be the ATC. We will all go blind to simulate a realistic experience. In the exam, the examiner will be seated behind you. You will learn more about it as you progress with your course, as you study, but here we'll be simulating it. And you all, please take a screenshot of the question paper. You will learn everything later on, okay? And whatever you are listening, you will log it. I will explain how to log after the break. Students who are unable to attend after this, who have some work, who want to go, feel free to leave the session. I'll be keeping the recording of the session available for you all to study till tonight. After that, the video will become private. So do not worry if it's too much. Enjoy the process. And yes, please request for the orientation class so that we can guide you and help you with the need for with that. या अंजलि मनन एक एक करके मुझे प्लीज बोलो आपको कुछ सीखा कि आपने कुछ नहीं सीखा आपको समझ आया कि नहीं आया विनय आप भी बोलोगे मुझे सारिका को आई थिंक कॉल्स आ रहे हैं शी लेफ्ट आई हैव
got this.
क्या कौन बोल रहे हैं मनन बोल रहे हैं ना
Yes, sir.
मनन क्या क्या समझ आया एक दो की पॉइंट्स दो मुझे क्विक
सर ये जो सारा जो किलो हर्ट्स का जो साइकिल्स पर सेकंड था वो सब कुछ मतलब अच्छे से समझ तो आया है अभी.
शाबाश
एंड व्हाट्स द नीड ऑफ आरटी एंड वीएचएफ का वो जो फ्रीक्वेंसीज के नंबर्स थे 3 मेगाहर्ट्ज टू 30 वो सब.
वेरी नाइस तुम्हारी
यस.
आवाज में ऑलरेडी इतना कॉन्फिडेंस फील हो रहा है वेरी नाइस कुछ और रहेगा तो ऐड करना अंजलि की गिव मी क्विक कीवर्ड्स योर टेक अवे Yes, it was good and easy. I'm glad to hear that.
यस सर, मुझको भी समझ में आया जो जितना सारा आपने बताया सब कुछ बहुत इजी था। आपने काफी इजीली बता दिया, फर्स्ट टाइम जैसा लगा ही नहीं।
I'm glad मेरे को पीछे से डर लग रहा था कि यार आप लोग के लिए ज़्यादा तो नहीं हो रहा है एज ए इंस्ट्रक्टर आई रियली केयर शुरू शुरू में केयर फिर आप लोग नहीं अच्छा करोगे तो डांट भी पड़ेगी बट आई एम ग्लैड यू फाउंड इट अंजलि एनी क्वेश्चंस मनन एनी क्वेश्चंस
नो सर।
वेरी नाइस रिमेंबर
नो
आप लोग
सर.
मुझे नोट्स भेजना क्लास खत्म होने के बाद एंड वेरी नाइस ओके विनय
Yeah, sir, it was really interactive, sir. I really enjoyed. I
Anuj
got to know about COP and VHF and HF frequencies, sir. Bandwidth.
Bandwidth also has a specific definition. Delhi, Mumbai students, bandwidth, we need to be clear about the word bandwidth, okay? Remember, fading, reliability, bandwidth, all these little things. Very nice, Vinay. You sound good. I can feel a sense of understanding. Very good. Sahil, Shabrish, and Bhargav. Bhargav will start with you. Bhargav, what is your takeaway? It's only a second live class, right? Second or third.
It's my third life class, sir.
Yes, what is your takeaway? How are you feeling?
I learned about the frequencies, sir, like HF, VHF, and the band. Like it will be more helpful for my studies also, like in the college, as I'm doing my aircraft maintenance engineering.
Oh, yes, I'm glad we spoke about it. Very nice.
Yes, sir. I'm doing
Good.
avionics in it.
It's our field of expertise, we can say.
Yes, sir.
Very nice.
Yeah, I came to know about the rules of Indian aircraft rules.
Hmm.
I'm having a module like module 10, which is air law. I can relate it.
Yes, yes. For you,
So,
it is from engineering perspective, and in RT, you will be learning from a flight crew perspective.
yes, it's more relevant to me.
Yeah, yeah. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. Sahil and Shabrish. Shabrish, पहले आप फिर साहिल.
So every class I get to know more about RT, and this was a sin. So I didn't know the need of RT, and it's very important question because many of my friends were asked this, and they didn't know it. So it was very useful.
गुड ऑब्जर्वेशन एंड आई एम वेरी हैप्पी कि आपने फोकस किया और स्पेसिफिक फ्रीक्वेंसी भी दी। साहिल, आप गलत नहीं थे। ये ट्रिक क्वेश्चन है। हम स्टार्ट जेनेरिक से करते हैं और किसी ने कम्युनिकेशन पूछा या नहीं पूछा हमें दोनों बता देना है सामने से। वी हैव टू जस्ट गिव द आंसर इन बोथ वेज।
Roger.
सो योर टेक अवे साहिल।
Yeah, so it was a good revision. Like whatever the topics have been discussed today, uh, I've learned before, so it was a good refresher. Especially the RTRA, because in the last mock I had messed up in that question, so I remember that. Yeah,
लास्ट मॉक फर्स्ट मॉक। हम्म।
yeah, first mock.
या लास्ट तो बाकी है।
Ah,
गुड टू हैव यू बैक। मुझे थोड़ा तुम्हारी आवाज से मैं जज नहीं कर पा रहा था, यू हैप्पी और नॉट, सो आई वाज अ लिटिल कंसर्न कि तुम्हारे लिए कुछ इजी तो नहीं है, वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम नहीं है, तुम्हारी वाइब कैसी चल रही है। आई होप ऑल गुड।
all good stuff. Always a pleasure to study.
ऑलवेज अ प्लेजर, यस। नेहा एंड स्मृतिप्रिया, प्लीज आप टेक्स्ट पे भेजो व्हाट आर योर टेक अवेज इफ यू कैन नॉट स्पीक, एंड इफ यू कैन स्पीक देन द स्टेज इज ऑल योर्स। स्मृतिप्रिया तो चली गई है मुझे लगता है। ओके, सो मिस्टर Ali, Victor Tango Alpha Lima India, how are you feeling? Are you prepared?
Yes, sir. Prepared.
Okay, so we will connect back somewhere around 6 o'clock. We are taking a short breather. आप सब ready रहना, and imagine that we are in the exam hall waiting room. The moment I'll share the paper, understand that you have been called and you have been given the paper. And when I say you can start transmitting, that's where I'll start your timer from. So the paper could start exactly at 6 or maybe 5-10 minutes after 6 to keep that surprise element. Okay? One more thing, students, when we'll be doing our exam, we have to log our calls. Okay, before the break, I'll show you what call logs are all about. RT call logs. So we have a page, we divide the page into parts. On the left, we do transmission, which is basically the student, you. You will be basically nothing but a PIC in the examination, pilot in command. This is receiving. You can receive from ATCs, different ATCs, other pilots, whoever the ATCs will keep changing to. Now, let's say I'm doing a readability check and I'm doing it with, let's say, Air India 123. So I will log like this. Let's say my question paper has a question. Carry out a readability check. So a readability check goes like this. If this is question number one, so I'll write here question number one. I'll say number one and I'll start. Whatever I say, I have to write, and this is what you will learn, study, and practice. Okay? It'll be like this. Air India 123. I started it by my own call sign. I have to make the readability check with the ATC. So we need to check the flight plan. Flight plan has a short code of PLN. The flight plan will tell us where we are going to and from where. So let's say we are going from this place to this place. So VABB is a code for Mumbai and VIDP is a code for Delhi. You'll be learning all about these codes. So I'm from Mumbai going to Delhi, and my aircraft call sign is Air India 123. So let's see how the call goes. Mumbai ground, Air India 123 on 121.9er, 12345 54321. How do you read? Now imagine ATC is replying. So ATC is saying, I'll turn the video off to pretend I'm ATC. Air India 123, Mumbai ground. Read U5. How do you read? Now the pilot has got information. You see where we are writing one call, the next call will come down the last line where this call had ended. This is very important for us to know how we are logging. All calls in the exam, all question answers that we are going to give in the part one of the exam, we have to log everything. If you don't log, you will not get marks. So we'll practice this also along with learning. So reply. I have to give them a reply. So they gave me information that they can read me 5. 5 is perfectly readable. And then they asked me a question. So I have to first give a reply as a readback of information given to me. Then I have to give a reply to a question asked to me. So readback students, remember, all students going for Mumbai and Delhi, correction, Delhi and Mumbai, remember your replies should start with readback. So readback would be read you 5. Then they have asked you a question, how do you read? You will say strength 5. And then your replies will end with your call sign. One of the most important things to remember. Air India 1, 2, 3. ATC might reply, might not reply. This is where the communication is over. So this is how we will log. Just a brief. Now let's take a break. And everyone take just 8 minutes of break. So you be ready by 06:05. I'll share the paper as a surprise anytime. We will see whether it's for 25 minutes or 15 minutes. In exam, we'll be doing it for 25 minutes. All the best. Victor Tango Alpha Lima India, all the best. And everybody observe and don't cross talk in between, okay? Take care and we'll take a short break and come back.
ये केवल 1 हफ्ते की। नहीं, मधु नहीं है इसका।
Welcome back, students. I hope the readability is still good, and I hope everyone is back. So, now this is a very realistic mock, and I'll just give the instructions again. We have to log like this. So, whatever you'll be listening, the students say, you'll be writing on the left under transmission. Whatever I, as an ATC, will say, you'll be writing on the right. You listen and write as much as you can and practice. Your job will be just to observe and see what's going on, but you also write. Write everything he or she is saying and I'm saying, and like this. Whatever words you cannot understand, it's fine. Scribble something, leave it blank. It's okay. Especially first time students, you're getting a really good exposure for a first class. So it is really going to help you much more. So push, try, enjoy. And no cross talking in between. Only the student and ATC will be talking, so they both will be on unmute. Rest everybody will be on mute. Shabrish, Sahil, Neha, can you hear me?
Affirm, sir.
Affirm, sir.
Suryadev and Bhargav, can you hear me?
Affirm, sir.
You will also be giving me mock starting next week. Everyone, if you have preferences of time and day, right now you can message me. We also have to start applying. Don't apply right now. I'll tell you when to apply. Sorry, I'll tell you when to apply. And I'll also instruct you once again how to apply. So do not worry about it, but keep checking with me. Don't apply before consulting. Remember. And next week, Monday onwards, I'm ready to take your marks. So first give me your preferences, then I'll assign and we'll do it. Okay? Remember this, okay? Yeah. So, Victor Tango Alpha Lima India, how do you read?
Radio 5, sir.
ध्यान रखना है, फ्लाइट प्लान अच्छे से पढ़ना है, कॉल साइन समझना है, रूट को ट्रैक करना है अच्छे से चार्ट पे। क्वेश्चन जब रीड करोगे, कॉल को दिमाग में फ्रेम करना है अच्छे से, कॉल स्ट्रक्चर फॉलो करके। कॉल को दोबारा से वेरीफाई करना है कॉल सही है कि नहीं है, ऑल विद इन फ्यू सेकेंड्स और 5 सेकेंड्स, एंड देन यू स्टार्ट ट्रांसमिटिंग। इतनी चीज़ें आपको अप्लाई करनी है बिफोर यू एक्चुअली स्टार्ट आंसरिंग। इस पे सबसे ज़्यादा फोकस रखना आप, ठीक है?
यस सर।
कर रहे हैं फॉलो? कोई क्वेश्चन है बिफोर यू स्टार्ट?
नहीं।
चलो। So, Anjali, you understood what we are going to do? You missed the last part before break. I think you've got an idea.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, आप लोग सब नोट्स भेजोगे। मनन, विनय, have you understood?
Yes, sir.
यस सर।
चलेगा, स्क्रिबल डॉक्टर की तरह भी करके भेजोगे तो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है। एंड या रेस्ट एवरीबडी इज सॉर्टेड, आई गेस। फाइन, okay, let's enjoy this. Feedback will not be discussed. We will be wrapping up with the test getting over. Feedback I'll be giving to the student later on in person. So we'll just experience how the paper is, and I'll just close the session by saying goodbye to you, and everybody will say goodbye, telling whether they learnt or not, or one key point each. Introductions and all slow and steady we can do later on in other sessions individually. We're not worried about it. So I'm just telling you all how we are placed in the next. We have to wrap up anyhow by 6:45. So yeah, all the best. Do well, Mr. Victor Tango Alpha Lima India. And remember what I said. Let's do this.
Sir, are you sharing the question paper?
Yeah, I told you wait in the waiting room. I mean, pretend anytime it can be shared as a surprise.
Okay. Affirm, sir. Affirm.
Yeah, remember, yeah, same instruction. I want to keep the surprise element ready. But आप इतने कॉन्फिडेंस में एग्जाम में बातें करोगे ना तो दे विल बी इम्प्रेस्ड. Depends हम क्या टोन में बात कर रहे हैं. Sometimes people misunderstand us for overconfidence also. But if your technical skills are right, then it's good. It's good to be proactive. It's good to get clarity. I appreciate it. But somebody can always find a flaw saying, you have been given an instruction, right? So follow it. This is how people will, as a student, try to keep testing you. But it's never too bad to confirm. So you can say, sir, yeah, I just wanted to ensure, I just didn't want to take any risk. So we can always cover that up by justifying it in a very nice way. So these little skills make a big difference when it comes to our exam. Chalo, I'll be sharing the paper. I'll see you can start transmitting. Remember, no cross talking, students. Okay, Victor Tango Alpha Lima India, please come to the exam room. Can you see the paper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can start transmitting. Everybody else, take a screenshot of the chart and the paper for your reference. And then just listen and write the logs, and later on, please share it with me. You can start transmitting. Do you know what is UK? What's the call sign for UK? Very good. Sometimes examiners might talk to you. Always revert and be alert. So that's what I was simulating. Good examiner.
Chennai ground.
Won't you say which question number?
Yes, sir.
What is array? It's RT exam. Who taught you array is used in RT exam?
Question number 1 alpha. Chennai ground. Vistara 965. Stand 2. Airbus 320. Request startup for idle power run up hospital flight
Please check your ATC. Please read the flight plan properly.
Chennai only.
You don't know how to read location indicators? Chennai is in the indicator with FIR E code. Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
What is the FIR code for Kolkata FIR? And what is the FIR code for Chennai FIR? Can you answer? What's your alternate aerodrome? Is it the same as departure? What are you
No, sir.
saying? Sir is giving you hint in exam and you're not catching it. You're doing wrong and
Yes,
you're
sir.
like,
I understood.
yeah, I'm wrong. I'm right.
Yes, sir. Chennai, Bangkok. Sir, we'll start again.
Please use RT, language, and phraseology. This is your exam. So I'm not your instructor right now. I'm your examiner. Understand?
Yes, sir. Question 1, Alpha. Kolkata ground. Vistara 965. Stand 2. Airbus 320. Request startup for idle power run up hospital flight.
Go to next question.
Question 1, Bravo. Kolkata ground. Vistara 965. Passenger behaving inappropriately. Quest security holding short taxiway Lima 1.
Go to next question.
Kolkata radio.
Excuse me, which question number?
Question
How many times same instruction?
question number 2. Kolkata radio. Vistara 965. Departed Kolkata. One zero zero zero. Estimating doping 1030. Pamphlet 1040. ETA Port Blair 1055.
Is that the right call?
Departure report.
Did you mention in your call it's departure report? Please go to next question.
Question number 3. Kolkata control. Vistara 965. 12 DME outbound Ismon. Receive bad weather warning en route.
Are you done with your call?
No, sir, I was confused.
Are you not prepared for the exam? You still have some time left. Do you want to finish the paper or no?
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
I cannot even hear you. I can barely hear you. What's wrong with you?
Confused, sir, in calls.
So this is what you'll do as a pilot?
No,
You'll not
sir.
even try?
Request rerouting clearance.
You cannot just start like this. It's a call. There has been such a big dead air. Why are you taking it so lightly? And what is requesting? Go to next question. Go to next question. Do question number 5.
Yes, sir. Question number 5, 1. True. Question number 5, second.
What is question number 5-1? What is the answer? I cannot hear you. Can you be loud?
Question number 5,
यार ऐसे
1.
कौन आता है एग्जाम देने यार? ये कोई तरीका है आप एग्जाम देने आए हो ऐसे? आपको नहीं देने एग्जाम तो आप क्यों आए हो सबका टाइम वेस्ट करने यहाँ पे? You just come here to sit for 25 minutes. It's an RT exam and there's no voice coming from you. I have to ask again and again, what's the answer? Please answer now. What are you waiting for?
Yes, sir. Question number 5, first. True. Question number 5, second. True. Question number 5, third. True. Question number 5, fourth. False.
Are you answering or not? Question number 5.
No, sir.
So at least attempt. Okay, submit your logs.
Yes, sir.
Hmm. A very different experience. एग्जामिनर को तो बहुत परेशान किया आपने. Sahil, Sabrish, Suryadev, and Neha. Share your experience about the paper and about what just happened. Mr. Ali, क्या हो गया तुम्हें ऐसे? You're so smart and I'm so surprised. So students, anything is possible. कभी कभी एग्जामिनर्स आपको सुनाएंगे, डांटेंगे भी. शायद इतना नहीं जितना मैंने किया, क्या पता शायद ज़्यादा, क्या पता कम. So you have to ensure that you stick to your strategy. तो और खराब खराब होते गई हैं चीज़ें. मैंने 4 लोगों के नाम लिए, हम बात करेंगे.
सर वो स्टार्टिंग में गड़बड़ हो गया था, सो
तुम अपना बताओ, पेपर कैसा था? तुम्हें कैसा लग रहा है? डिड यू नो द आंसर्स?
यस सर, आई डिड नो इट।
आपका इंस्ट्रक्टर का काम नहीं है, वो हम करेंगे. वो किसी के साथ भी हो सकता है, कोई बात नहीं. इट्स अ लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस.
यस सर, सॉरी फ्रॉम माय बिहाफ।
Nothing to be sorry about. Come on, quick. We have to wrap up in some time,
Yeah, I
Sash. Come
misunderstood the
on.
question, and yeah, it was a good experience. This paper, I understood with all the questions. Yeah, no problem.
You were too fast. आपको एक काम दिया है धीरे बोलने का, आप वो फॉलो ही नहीं करोगे. कुछ समझ नहीं आया आपने क्या बोला.
Sir, paper, I understood. I knew the answers to the paper, uh, and I had a confusion in question number 3 only.
Please send me your solutions.
So for me, the paper was easy. Like the situations mentioned, I was well versed with it. Uh, only I was confused for question number fifth, fourth one. Apart from that, all the questions, yeah, I knew about it. I've sent you my logs.
हम्म. सूर्य, इनविटेशन चाहिए आपको?
Yeah, sir.
या
Sir,
बोल रहे हैं, कहाँ से
hello,
भेजूं इनविटेशन? बोलो बोलो.
sir. The paper was good, sir. I was also writing the logs, but even I have made the mistake. So it's a nice experience. Yeah, but I have not completed it. But I was in fourth question. Like it's like little bit not tricky, but like 15 minutes ahead of the schedule. So I was like a little bit in confused, like what to do in that situation.
I have sent it.
हाँ. Neha, what about you? Are you still not able to speak? फिर क्या
Sir,
ही
I
फायदा
can speak.
सेशन. या
Sir, I
बोलो.
can. Sir, I also felt that I could. I was aware of the situations mentioned in the questions, and I could answer all the situations from question number 1 to 4 and question number 5 also.
Okay. Manan and Vinay, share your experience. Wait, Bhargav, what about you?
So Papa was okay, sir. I'm able to answer the questions, but I have a doubt with question number 4, sir.
Sorry, say again.
Sir, the paper was easy, sir. Like I can answer the questions like from 1 to 3, but I don't know the question number 4, sir. I don't know the answer for question number 4. I have doubt with it.
Hmm. Okay. Question number 4. Everyone who
Yes.
has a specific doubt with the respective questions, please keep the doubt ready. Okay. Manan and Vinay, आपको कैसा लग रहा है?
Sir, it was a little bit critical as compared to first half.
Hmm. Critical. I like your choice of words. Vinay, are you understanding Hindi the way we are speaking?
Yes, sir, I understand Hindi.
How was your experience?
Both different था सर. ये navigation chart बहुत interesting था. मैं वही decode कर रहा था. ये chart है वो flight plan calculation वही देखा.
Hmm.
Sir, it seems that students were facing some hazards while dealing with these kind of questions.
Hmm.
So a little bit of negative vibes. But no worries, compared to second half, first half was good.
Good
Yeah.
with respect to what? This is a realistic experience. Negative positive की बात ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. Don't think negative positive. Think about the importance. हम ये
Hmm.
गलतियां नहीं कर सकते हैं जब हमने पढ़ाई की है. We cannot allow
Oh,
ourselves to make
okay,
errors.
okay,
हम
okay.
एरर करेंगे तो हमें डांट पड़ेगी क्योंकि ये मजाक नहीं है, ये बहुत सीरियस चीज़ है. एग्जामिनर सिंसियरली आपके एग्जाम ले रहे हैं. एग्जामिनर चाहते हैं कि आप पास करो. आप सिली मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हो. आप कोलकाता को चेन्नई बुला रहे हो, हिंट देने के बाद भी बोल रहे हो नहीं वो चेन्नई है. आपको दिख नहीं रहा है ऑल्टरनेट पे भी चेन्नई है. यहाँ से सिली मिस्टेक शुरू हुई है, वो चलती जा रही है, चलती जा रही है, चलती जा रही है. तो एग्जामिनर का राइट है कि आपको समझाए कि आप कुछ सही नहीं कर रहे हो. नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव की बात ही नहीं है यहाँ पे. काम होना चाहिए बराबर. I can be all good and say, but I was simulating such an experience that can easily happen in any exam. You will meet a variety of instructors, variety of examiners in RT exam. Somebody might be sweet, somebody might be angry, depends. Today I was simulating what you saw. Next session I'll simulate a very nice, happy, helpful. But he also was helping only. But the student got nervous. It happens. This is why we are doing mock, so that this doesn't happen in the examination with us. The reason many of the students don't clear is because of such issues. Something goes wrong. Maybe they have performance issue. Maybe they see that there are other people, because there will be 6 to 7 people in the exam giving exam at the same time. There'll be seniors, juniors, pilots, engineers. There's a lot of intimidation on the center. So this is practically possible. What is the main reason? The reason is we are not doing what we are supposed to do correctly. We are making mistakes. We are not listening for hints. Why we are allowing it to do so? अभी ये हम जाएंगे विक्टरांगो अल्फा लिमा इंडिया के पास. और नेगेटिव पॉजिटिव कुछ नहीं है, काम पे ध्यान देना है यहाँ पे. डरो ही मत उस चीज से. अभी अभी डर जाओगे तो पता नहीं मन में कुछ आ जाएगा और फिर भाग जाओगे. नहीं. नो.
Okay, sir.
गुड यू शेयर्ड, बट नो, डोंट टेक इट पर्सनली. नो. Mixed Victor Tango Alpha Lima India. What happened?
तो वो डिपार्चर
जोर से
कंफ्यूजन.
बोलो प्लीज. अभी तो आवाज निकालो.
तो वो डिपार्चर एरोड्रोम में कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है.
क्या कंफ्यूजन है?
वो सीसी से चलना ही आ गया दिमाग में.
टीसी देखना है कि ई देखना है पहले?
ई.
तो फिर चेन्नई आ गया दिमाग में, मतलब सर ने क्या इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए थे? फ्लाइट प्लान अच्छे से पढ़ना, रूट अच्छे से ट्रैक करनी है. एग्जाम के पहले आपको याद दिलाया, आपने क्यों नहीं किया वो सब? आपने ऑल्टरनेट भी नहीं देखा. आप कैसे जवाब दोगे मेरे को क्यों चाहिए, क्यों नहीं किया आपने? सिंपल वर्ड्स. क्वेश्चन नंबर नहीं बोल रहे हो क्यों? जल्दी आंसर दो मेरे को फरहान, चुप नहीं रहोगे आप.
क्लिक नहीं हो रहा था क्वेश्चन नंबर एक के बाद एक.
तो फिर आप एग्जाम देने क्यों आए अगर आप रेडी नहीं थे तो? इश्यू क्या हुआ मेरे को बताओ. जल्दी प्लीज टॉक सो दैट एवरीबडी अंडरस्टैंड्स. Students, it's an RT exam. You have to acknowledge in 5 seconds. Yes, Sahil?
सर वो सेल कॉल के बारे में दिया है एंड स्टेट अप्रूव्ड आरवीएसएम.
Hmm.
देन अगर हमें मेंशन करना है उसके बारे में फर्स्ट कॉल में तो कैन वी मेंशन इट?
Yeah, you can definitely.
But for like a cell call, we can just say the code and continue with a request for startup.
Yeah, but you'll have to use the word cell call.
Okay.
Victor Tango Alpha Lima India, I'm going out of my way to discuss what went wrong. You don't want to discuss?
ये कंफ्यूजन ज्यादा ही हो जाता है इसमें।
Can you talk so we can help you? I'm sorry for the tone, but आप लोग नहीं समझ रहे हो, बच्चों वाली हरकतें कर रहे हो, बात नहीं कर पा रहे हो. We are all mature people here. बात भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो, मैं कुछ पूछ रहा हूँ. Students, everybody, this is not right. आज बुरा दिन है, कल अच्छा दिन होगा. वी हैव टू एंश्योर एग्जाम डे पे हम बुरा दिन को बुरा दिन ना बनने दें. इसीलिए सर ने इतनी मेहनत करी आपको पढ़ाने में. आप अगर वो ट्रेनिंग को याद नहीं करोगे और अप्लाई नहीं करोगे तो ये सब होगा. अब आपकी चॉइस है, आपको क्या करना है. सब सिखाया है, सब कुछ सिखाया है. वो 25 मिनट है आपके पास जहां आपको कुछ नहीं सोचना है. क्लिक नहीं हुआ, मेरे को ये लगा, ऐसे कैसे कोई आपको प्लेन दे देगा हाथ में फिर. Is it not a valid question to ask? What do you think, Bhargav? Why are you not replying? Why is Neha not replying? Why is Shabrish not replying? Why is Suryadev not replying? सिर्फ साहिल को इंटरेस्ट है. चलो मनन विनय तो ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं, उनको सारे एक्सपीरियंस मिलेगा, ठीक है. दे आर जूनियर्स. बट ओनली साहिल इज इंटरेस्टेड, नॉट इवन फरहान इज इंटरेस्टेड. Why? Because instructor was angry, somebody was stern. That's it. They became angry when you started not looking at hint also and doing wrong things. एग्जामिनर का क्या, 25 मिनट बैठे रहेंगे, उनको तो सैलरी मिल रही है. आपने बर्दाश्त के बाहर कर दिया था वो 25 मिनट भी निकालना, इतना फ्रस्ट्रेट कर दिया था एग्जामिनर को. लास्ट सेशन है, समझ लो दिन का लास्ट सेशन है, आप लास्ट स्टूडेंट हो. ह्यूमन फैक्टर यार, ये भी आपको समझना होगा कि इफ यू स्टिक टू योर ट्रेनिंग एंड इफ यू गिव करेक्ट थिंग्स, फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शंस, ये सब होगा ही नहीं पहले. विनय एंड मनन, शेयर योर थॉट्स. बाकी तो सबको पता है, सबको आदत है. क्विकली शेयर योर थॉट्स. पॉजिटिवली शेयर योर थॉट्स. मनन और विनय, आप हो कि नहीं हो?
Uh, it was quite a better experience because we never face this kind of experiences ahead. Yeah, thankful to you, sir.
डर तो नहीं लग रहा है?
नहीं नहीं सर, कर लेंगे.
ऑब्वियसली, डोंट वरी. फरहान हमारा चैंपियन स्टूडेंट है. फरहान को काफ़ी नॉलेज है एंड वन ऑफ आवर स्टार स्टूडेंट्स. फरहान, क्या चल रहा है बाहर? क्या डिस्टरबेंस या डिस्ट्रैक्शन चल रही है क्या?
नहीं सर।
तो फिर हाउ विल यू जस्टिफाई? पर्सनली मत लो, परफॉर्मेंस पे बात करो बस.
हाँ हाँ।
अब वो जवाब तो दो ना बच्चा, 2 वर्ड तो बोल दो, समझाओ तो सही. या विनय, प्लीज शेयर योर थॉट्स.
सर काफी डिफरेंट एक्सपीरियंस है मुझे आरटी के बारे ये प्रॉपर व्यू आया आज मॉर्निंग लाइक बिफोर सेशन वाज completely I thought it was just like a MCQ question like that but this was very different experience and I really got an exam feel sir.
गुड गुड. मनन, डिस्करेज तो नहीं हो रहे हो?
नहीं 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 सर.
ठीक है ठीक है, टेंशन मत लो. साहिल, क्या है यार, मुझसे डरोगे तुम? हाँ, क्या बातें नहीं करी अपन ने? क्या, आई एम ऑलवेज ऑन योर साइड यार. क्या हो गया? मैं तो सिमुलेट
Sir,
कर रहा था यार,
are
क्या
you
हो गया
addressing
तुम्हें?
me or Alpha Lima India?
वो ALI को साहिल बोल दिया मैंने, सॉरी, ह्यूमन फैक्टर. फरहान,
अच्छा,
क्या हो गया? साहिल, गुड अवेयरनेस. फरहान, क्या हो गया यार, मुझसे क्या डर रहे हो आप? मैं तो सिमुलेट कर रहा हूँ. कितनी बातें करी अपन ने, इतने फ्री हो गए तुम बात करते हो. क्या क्या नहीं डिस्कस किया हमने यार, भूल गए क्या? क्या हुआ तुम्हें, बताओ. ये करके आने वाले हो एग्जाम में?
नहीं सर, क्वेश्चन से अवेयर नहीं था।
हुआ क्या? लैक ऑफ प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड कैसे गया तुम्हारा, बस वो मेरे को समझाओ. प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड कहाँ था, डिस्कनेक्ट कहाँ था, लाइफ में कोई प्रॉब्लम चल रही है क्या?
नहीं नहीं सर।
है तो अपन पर्सनली बात करके रिजॉल्व करेंगे उसको। चलो मंडे, मंडे मॉक की तैयारी करोगे अच्छे से, मुझे तुम पे ज़रा भी डाउट नहीं है। अच्छे से रिवाइज करो, जो भी डाउट्स है मेरे साथ शेयर करना ओवर द वीकेंड, हम उस पे काम करेंगे। मंडे या ट्यूसडे तुम्हारा अच्छे से मॉक करेंगे। आई
यस
ओके?
सर। यस सर।
अच्छा करोगे कि नहीं?
यस सर, हाँ करूँगा।
सिली मिस्टेक अवॉइड करो, बाकी मार्क्स कम आए ज़्यादा आए फर्क नहीं पड़ता, ये सिली मिस्टेक्स अवॉइड करनी है। लोकेशन इंडिकेटर की जो डॉक्यूमेंट है नोट्स वो अच्छे से पढ़ो,
यस सर।
समझो डिकोड कैसे करना है। स्टूडेंट्स, ई इज फॉर कोलकाता रीजन,
कॉल करता
वहाँ ही समझ जाना चाहिए कि कोलकाता एफआईआर का ही डिपार्चर एरोड्रोम है। ओ इज फॉर चेन्नई, ऑल्टरनेट अगर चेन्नई दिया है तो डिपार्चर चेन्नई कैसे हो सकता है? प्लस एग्जामिनर आपको हिंट दे रहे हैं तो आपको वो हिंट तो पकड़नी है, ऐसा। और रही बात क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 की, आइडल पावर रन अप 1 इंजन या 2 इंजन, वो बोलना है, ड्यूरेशन बोलना है। सो द कॉल विल बी लाइक दिस: कोलकाता ग्राउंड, विस्तारा 965, स्टैंड 2, IFR, Kolkata to Port Blair. Estimated time of departure 0915. Hospital flight, cell call Bravo Charlie Foxtrot Golf. State approved RVSM. Passenger on board 180, security check cleared. Wake turbulence heavy. Would like to carry out idle power run up. Single engine, duration 10 minutes. Request startup, information Charlie. अब मैं ये पूरा कॉल बाय हार्ट नहीं किया मैंने, मैं बस फ्लाइट प्लान देख के ये कॉल बोल रहा हूँ। आप समझ लोगे और आपको याद होगा कि मेरे को क्या करना है, मुझे एटीसी से बात करनी है इस बारे में, अपने आप आपका कॉल फ्लो में निकलेगा। स्टूडेंट्स, दिस पार्ट ऑफ योर लेक्चर यू कैन रिवाइंड ऑन यूट्यूब टू राइट डाउन दिस कॉल। इसमें से 3-4 चीज़ें कम भी बोलोगे एग्जाम में अच्छे मार्क्स आएंगे, बट तरीका ये है बोलने का। 2 hours 20 minutes के पास का आप लोग देख सकते हो और उसको ट्रांसक्राइब कर सकते हो। क्वेश्चन नंबर बी में आपने क्या, जहां रुक गए वहां रुक गए, वहीं वहीं आप वहां नहीं बुला सकते सिक्योरिटी को, यू हैव टू गो बैक टू पार्किंग बे। आप बाकी सब लोग के ऑपरेशंस को हॉल्ट करोगे वहां जगह रुका के, वो आपने गलती किया। पैन पैन भी बोल सकते हैं, पैसेंजर वॉयलेंट है तो पैन पैन भी बोल सकते हैं। आप पैन पैन नहीं भी बोलते तो कम से कम कोलकाता ग्राउंड, Vistara 965, during taxi, a passenger is acting violent and has locked himself in lavatory, appears to be a male, 75 years old, appears to be under the influence. Request you to give immediate taxi back to apron and security to offload passenger. Boeing 787 Heavy, Chennai to Kolkata, hospital flight, kindly expedite. हॉस्पिटल फ्लाइट है, आप डिले नहीं कर सकते हो, किसी पेशेंट को ले जा रहे होगे, आप किसी का ऑर्गन ट्रांसप्लांट कर रहे होगे, बट इस पैसेंजर की वजह से देखो डिले हो रहा है। आफ्टर क्वेश्चन नंबर 1 ब्रावर चेक करो ATD, एक्चुअल टाइम ऑफ डिपार्चर 10:15, 1 घंटे का डिले हुआ है, किसी की लाइफ एंड डेथ का सवाल हो सकता है पोर्ट ब्लेयर में, इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है आपका काम। यू हैव टू बी सिचुएशनली अवेयर, सिचुएशनली बी अवेयर, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि मैं जिम्मेदारी क्या है मेरी। वो इमेजिनेशन के बाद आपने जो भी पढ़ा है उसके बेसिस पे आप कॉल लोगे, आपके कॉल इतने सुंदर होंगे, वो बोलेंगे यार आप क्या एक्चुअल पायलट हो? आप बोलोगे नहीं सर मैं तो बस पढ़ रहा हूँ, वो बोलेंगे वेरी गुड जॉब। फिर कोई नहीं डांटेगा आप पे, फिर कोई नहीं चिल्लाएगा आप पे। ये इसलिए चिल्ला रहे थे बिकॉज ही और शी द एग्जामिनर जो मैं सिमुलेट कर रहा था रियली केयर्ड फॉर यू, दे रियली केयर्ड फॉर यू, इसलिए उनको गुस्सा आ रहा था कि आप इतना अच्छा मौका क्यों गवा रहे हो, आप सिली मिस्टेक्स कर रहे हो, आप ट्राई भी नहीं कर रहे हो, आप गिव अप कर रहे हो वहां पे, इसलिए उनको गुस्सा आ रहा था। वो इससे ज्यादा तो हेल्प नहीं कर सकते आपकी। क्वेश्चन नंबर 2, योर एयरबोर्न एट 1020, गिव डिपार्चर रिपोर्ट। आपने सोचा सही बट कॉल अच्छे से नहीं लिया। दिस कॉल गोज टू द डेस्टिनेशन रेडियो, अच्छा है चेन्नई रेडियो, विस्तारा 965, डिपार्चर रिपोर्ट। वेन एवर यूर गिविंग रिपोर्ट यू स्टार्ट विद द नेम ऑफ द रिपोर्ट। डिपार्चर रिपोर्ट, विस्तारा 965 डिपार्टेड कोलकाता, actual time of departure 1015 with a delay of 1 hour. IFR Kolkata to Port Blair, hospital flight, present position, radial DME estimates ETA। हर कॉल में इतना कुछ होता है, आपने इतने से कुछ दिया था, ऐसे नहीं चलता है। हमारे पास एक अपॉर्चुनिटी है, हमारे पास ट्रेनिंग है, हमने मेहनत करी है, हम वो मौका नहीं गंवाना चाहते। तो आपका कॉल कंपेयर कर लो कितना कम है। क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, 1 to not combined आउटबाउंड इस्मॉन यू सी बैड वेदर वार्निंग ओवर लैरिक। चार्ट को अच्छे से देखो, आप इस्मॉन के पास हो एंड व्हाट इज दिस, या you're over इस्मॉन here near the cursor, you're going here and you're going here, ऐसे जा रहे थे आप अगर रूट ट्रैक करोगे ऐसे जा रहे थे। लैरिक पे बैड वेदर है, एटीसी टच में है, तो कोलकाता एटीसी चूज कर सकते थे, भुवनेश्वर एटीसी चूज कर सकते थे, या चेन्नई एटीसी चूज कर सकते थे। वो कोलकाता जनरली यहाँ हेल्प नहीं करेगा आपकी, चेन्नई या फिर भुवनेश्वर ट्राई कर सकते हैं। ठीक है, एटीसी को नज़रअंदाज भी करें तो यहाँ से आपको ये टर्न लेना है, और यहाँ पे आपकी बैड वेदर वार्निंग मिली है कि यहाँ पे वेदर खराब है, या तो वेदर रडार से मिला होगा या किसी एटीसी ने बोला होगा। तो आप क्या करोगे, वेदर डेविएशन मांगोगे यहाँ से सीधा यहाँ पे। सिंपल, स्ट्रेट रूट होती है तो स्टैंडर्ड वेदर डेविएशन मांगते हैं आप। यहाँ पे ये मांगना है आपको, क्लाइंब या डिसेंड करके इधर से मैं इधर जाऊंगा और मैं यहाँ पे कहीं पे कनेक्ट करूंगा रिक्वेस्ट वेदर डेविएशन। ये लॉजिक आपको यूज करना था यहाँ पर। और जो आपने रीराउटिंग बोला वो बीच में ही ऐसे शुरू कर लिया, डिसरिगार्ड बोल के अच्छे से कॉल लेना है आपको अगर लेना है तो आगे जाके। रीराउटिंग बोल सकते हो, लाइक टू रीराउट वाया डायरेक्ट पापा टू पापा 628, तो वो डायरेक्ट यहाँ आ सकते थे। विल जॉइन पापा 628 एट वटीला, वो भी बोल सकते हो, और यहाँ से फुल ऐसे फ्लाई करके सीधा वटीला आ सकते हो आप। टाइम भी बचेगा, फ्यूल भी बचेगा, और जल्दी पहुँचोगे यहाँ पे। तो जो डिले था वो डिले कवर कर पाओगे आप। ये लॉजिक है, ये आपको एज अ पायलट खुद सोचना है, उनके बेनिफिट्स के लिए सोचना है, जो आपके पैसेंजर्स है, जो आपकी फ्लाइट है। 1 घंटा डिले आपको कवर अप करने का ट्राई करना है। ये सब एक्सपेक्टेशंस आपको लॉजिकली रखनी है, आपकी एग्जाम बहुत आसान हो जाती है। यू हैव टू फील कॉन्फिडेंट। क्वेश्चन नंबर 4, यू रीच ओवर वटीला 15 minutes अहेड ऑफ स्केड्यूल। तो आपने वटीला पे कवर अप कर लिया है अपने सारे डीले। इट्स अ बिग फीट। आपको है ना, लोग बहुत अप्रिशिएट करेंगे लैंडिंग के बाद। आपको कोई आइडिया नहीं है कि कितनी अच्छी चीज़ हो रही है इस पेपर में, पायलट से क्या क्या एक्सपेक्टेशंस है इस पेपर में। Make appropriate report. Watila, it is on the FIR boundary. We will make an FIR report and we'll say Kolkata radio, copy Chennai radio. Vistara 965, FIR report over Watila, flight level so and so, departed so and so, hospital flight. Next estimate, top of descent, ETA, changing over to Chennai radio. खत्म। हर कॉल में सेम ही चीज़ें आती हैं फिर जाके। क्वेश्चन नंबर 5, प्लीज क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 बुकलेट से क्रॉस चेक करना। साहिल, भार्गव, सूर्य, आप लोग ने इसके आंसर नहीं दिए हैं। फर्स्ट वाला क्या है, ट्रू है कि फॉल्स है?
The false.
कौन बोल रहा है?
Victor Tango Sierra November India.
हम्म।
False है सर, Victor Tango Juliet Hotel Alpha.
क्या है इमरजेंसी का कोड?
7700.
और 7600 किसका है कोड?
RCS.
Yeah, sir.
Communication failure.
हाँ फरहान, क्या हुआ? कुछ भी याद नहीं था। कोई बात नहीं, होता है। ध्यान रखो, और कोई प्रॉब्लम है तो मुझे बताना, आई विल हेल्प यू। इंस्ट्रूमेंट अप्रोच के लिए क्या ही मुश्किल चीज़ है स्टूडेंट्स, ये तो रटने वाली चीज़ें थी यार। इतना मैंने भी आपको रटने की चीज़ें दी है। मैं अगेंस्ट हूँ हमेशा इस चीज़ के, पर मैं सोचता हूँ आपने इतनी मेहनत करी है, आपको इजी हो जाए काम। इनिशियल अप्रोच, इंटरमीडिएट, फाइनल, ऐसा ही कुछ होगा यार।
Initial, intermediate and final segments.
कोई बात नहीं फरहान, कोई बात नहीं, आई एम नॉट जजिंग यू, इट्स जस्ट अ प्रैक्टिस सेशन, डू नॉट वरी अबाउट इट। अच्छे से रिवाइज करो, कोई और क्वेश्चंस रहेंगे तो मुझे पूछना, और पेपर अच्छे से दे देना।
सर ये हम फिनेटिक अल्फाबेट क्यों यूज करते हैं बीच बीच में, और हर कहीं जगह पे क्यों यूज कर रहे हैं?
क्या पूछ रहे हो मनन आप?
सिर्फ जो फिनेटिक अल्फाबेट्स जो यूज कर रहे हैं हॉस्पिटल पापा हो गया, वो बीच बीच में हर कहीं जगह पे यूज नहीं कर रहे हैं और कहीं कहीं जगह पे यूज कर रहे हैं। वो ऐसा क्यों है?
यही आप सीखोगे जब आप कोर्स करोगे कि कहाँ कहाँ हमें फोनेटिक्स में बात करनी है और कहाँ कहाँ हम नहीं कर सकते। सिंपल लॉजिक है। एविएशन स्पेसिफिक जो भी एब्रिवेशंस होंगे ना, आईएलएस, वीओआर, रेडियल, डीएमई, इनको आप आईएलएस को आईएलएस बोल सकते हो, डीएमई को डीएमई बोल सकते हो। बाकी हर चीज़ आपको एबीसीडी में बोलनी है और नंबर्स भी आपको सिंगल डिजिट्स में बोलने होता है। So this you will learn when you
ओके।
study. There is a rule to avoid miscommunications, nothing else. अभी
ओके।
एडीएफ को अल्फा डेल्टा फॉक्सट्रॉट बोल सकते हैं, बट अल्फा डेल्टा फॉक्सट्रॉट बोलते ही लोगों को लगेगा कि ये तो कोई ग्राउंड स्टेशन है, वीओआर। उनको नहीं समझेगा एडीएफ है। एडीएफ सिर्फ एविएशन में यूज होता है, तो एविएशन स्पेसिफिक चीज़ों एबीसीडी में बोल सकते हैं, बाकी कुछ नहीं बोल सकते। सब कुछ फोनेटिक्स में यूज करते हैं हम लोग।
ओके।
एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? भार्गव, साहिल, नेहा, शबरीश, विनय,
Negative
सूर्य,
question, so
No, sir.
Well, sir. Negative, sir.
साहिल, रेडी हो तुम नेक्स्ट वीक मॉक के लिए?
affirm, sir.
सूर्य, आपने रिप्लाई ही नहीं दिया था मुझे। यू डिडंट इवन रिप्लाई सिंस पास्ट फ्यू मैसेजेस। डोंट टेक द एग्जाम डेट फॉर ग्रांटेड। आई डोंट वांट यू टू मिस आउट ऑन द सेशन। ओके। नेहा, आई वांट यू टू टेल मी व्हेन विल यू बी रेडी फॉर योर इन क्लास मॉक। हम ग्रुप में नहीं करेंगे, मोस्टली वन ऑन वन करेंगे। हो सकता है एग्जाम स्टूडेंट्स को हम ग्रुप में बुलाएंगे जस्ट फॉर मोर एक्सपोजर। फरहान, एनी फाइनल वर्ड्स बिफोर यू आर गोइंग? अभी बोलो, मन में कुछ नहीं रखना है। वी ऑल आर वन फैमिली, डोंट फॉरगेट।
No, sir, nothing. I will revise now.
ना गिल्टी फील करना है ना बुरा फील करना है। वो मेरा नाम खराब हुआ, अच्छा हुआ, वो कुछ नहीं सोचना है। नो बडी इज गोइंग टू जज एनी वन। स्टूडेंट्स प्लीज, कोई जज नहीं करेगा किसी को। यू हैव टू जस्ट अंडरस्टैंड दैट या एवरीथिंग इज सीरियस। वी इंजॉय but not at the cost of accuracy, especially when we see lack of situational awareness and lack of logical reasoning। तो मेरे लिए वो सबसे ज़्यादा अलार्मिंग बात हो जाती है कि दिमाग नहीं लगा रहे हैं, लॉजिक नहीं लगा रहे हैं, आप कैसे एग्जाम पास करोगे? So the first rule to clear RT exam is be aware of the situation as per the flight plan and the chart and the question, and then apply logical reasoning and follow your training। ट्रेनिंग में दिया है, सोच समझ के क्रॉस चेक करो। चीजें आपने नहीं की है, आप कर रहे हो बट आप वो चीजें नहीं फॉलो कर रहे हो। यू आर वेटिंग फॉर ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्सेज। ऑटोमेटिक इतनी जल्दी नहीं आएगा। साल 2 साल जब आप कॉन्शियसली प्रैक्टिस करोगे, बार बार गाइड करके, तब जाके वो ऑटोमेटिक बनता है। आपको उतना एक्सपोजर नहीं मिला है, इसीलिए मैंने स्ट्रैटेजी बताई है कि पेपर से पहले रिमाइंड करो ये सारे स्टेप्स और वो फॉलो करो, ताकि आप ये मिस्टेक ना करो जो ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्सेज आपको दिलवा रहे हैं। वी आर नॉट येट रेडी टू डिपेंड अपॉन आर ऑटोमेटिक रिस्पॉन्सेज बिकॉज वी डोंट हैव रियल लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस। So we do it as a student by recalling everything that we have learned in training and then following it. Are you following Victor Tango Alpha Lima India?
Yes, sir.
क्या समझे हो? रीड बैक दो मुझे कुछ।
Awareness, sir. I'm using logic
एंड फॉलो ट्रेनिंग।
training.
मन में आ गया वो कर लिया, नहीं मन में आया उसको चेक करो, इज इट अंडर द गाइडलाइंस ऑफ माई ट्रेनिंग और नॉट। फिर जाके कॉल दोगे आप। अगर मैं आपको एक, किसी को भी, आप कहीं मंदिर में जाओ, कहीं जाओ, आपको एक तलवार मिल जाती है वहां पे सजाई हुई रखी हुई, क्या आप में लॉजिक है कि नहीं है कि वो तलवार को कैसे हैंडल करना है? बताओ मुझे। क्या वो तलवार को लोगों पे चलाते रहोगे या वो
Nine.
तलवार को ब्लेड से पकड़ोगे ऐसे? ये एरर वैसे एरर है। प्लीज समझो आप लोग इस चीज को। इट्स ओनली फॉर यू। साहिल, प्लीज टेल मी व्हाट्स द क्वेश्चन।
सर ये क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 का थर्ड वन क्या होगा?
आप लोग प्लीज बुकलेट रेफर करो ना ये चीज। पहले बुकलेट रेफर करो. Anybody who is ready for mock and unable to give me these answers, first go through your notes. Find out how did you make a mistake. And फिर मेरे को बताओ.
सर मतलब मैं गेस कर रहा हूँ कि फॉल्स होगा क्योंकि यूवी रेज है तो ओजोन लेयर है.
Correct. ये false ही है. Good job. Now this is how you discuss. I appreciate it. फरहान पता नहीं नर्वस हो गए हैं. ये होता है. ये एक बार हुआ है, बार बार नहीं होगा. तो फरहान अभी सेफ स्पॉट पे है कि एग्जाम में तो इससे बुरा कुछ नहीं होगा. सो फरहान डेफिनेटली इज गोइंग टू क्लियर द एग्जाम. मैं एक्सपीरियंस से बता रहा हूँ आपको. फरहान अच्छे से पढ़ो, अच्छे से मॉक दो. ठीक है ना?
हाँ सर।
कोई इश्यू नहीं है. दोबारा ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता तुम्हारे साथ. सो इट्स गुड दैट वी हैव गॉट इट आउट ऑफ अ वे. गुड. वेरी नाइस. कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. इसीलिए मैं इन क्लास मॉक्स के लिए आप लोग को मेहनत करता हूँ यहाँ पे, ताकि ये फ़ायदा हो. एंड सूर्य, आई एम सो सॉरी बाकी हिंदी ट्रांसलेशन आपको नहीं मिला है. बट आई होप यू कैन मेक अ सेंस ऑफ इट. इफ़ नॉट, उतना आप है ना ट्रांसलेट का कोई एआई वेआई करके ट्यून करा के उसका कर लो. आजकल सब पॉसिबल है. 5 मिनट लगेगा आपको. इट विल ट्रांसक्राइब एवरीथिंग दैट आई हैव सेड इन इंग्लिश. है ना? ट्राई टू डू दैट. एंड इफ यू हैव एनी डाउट्स देन प्लीज शेयर विद मी. मेरे को भूल ही गया मैं कि तुम्हें हिंदी नहीं आती थोड़ी भी, क्योंकि बहुत दिनों बाद तुमने लाइव अटेंड किया. एंड दिस ऑल्सो आई एम टॉकिंग टू हिम इन हिंदी ओनली. हाउ सिली आई एम. This is now me being stupid right now. See, this is karma. I'm calling him, he's not using logic, and look at me. I'm talking to someone in Hindi when he doesn't understand Hindi. अब तो बोलेंगे ना फरहान सर पे ही गए हैं, है ना? मेरे पे डाल लो, आप टेंशन मत लो. चलो, एनी मोर क्वेश्चंस? लेट्स रैप इट अप. चलें फिर स्टूडेंट्स. विनय एंड मनन, अब मुझे तो लग नहीं रहा आप लोग फर्स्ट टाइम स्टूडेंट्स हो. मुझे तो लग रहा है बहुत टाइम से पढ़ रहे हो हमारे साथ. सो आई होप यू हैड अ गुड राइड.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
और मनन टेंशन नहीं लेना, जो भी है क्लैरिफाई
Yeah, yeah,
रखना.
yeah.
इतना ये आर्म थोड़ी देर स्ट्रिक्ट रहते हैं, बाकी हम अच्छे ही रहते हैं. डोंट वरी.
It's
हाँ.
okay, sir.
चलो स्टूडेंट्स. नेहा, वेरी नाइस टू सी यू. साहिल, वेलकम बैक. शबरीश, गुड एनर्जी. स्पीक स्लोअर, बस ध्यान रखना है. एंड सूर्या, आई नीड मोर एक्टिविटी. ये सेम इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिए हैं आपको. साहिल, डू वेल. एंड प्लीज स्टूडेंट्स गिव मी योर प्रेफरेंस फॉर मॉक. ओके, एनी टाइम फ्रॉम मंडे टू वेनसडे गिव मी योर प्रेफरेंस. एवरीवन. Fran, Neha, Surya, Bhargav, Shabrish, and Sahil. Okay. Manan and Vinay, message me if you're looking for orientation class. We'll keep our discussions on. Keep your questions coming in. बाकी स्टूडेंट्स आपको पता है क्या करना है. ओके. ऑल द
Okay.
बेस्ट. लेट्स डू दिस.
Okay.
फरहान, लेट्स डू दिस. ओके, एनर्जी. लेट्स डू दिस. ऐसे कुछ करके जाओ ना भाई साहब. चले गए फरहान. बोले मेरे बहुत हो गया, तो टॉर्चर हो गया एकदम. चलो स्टूडेंट्स, थैंक यू फॉर योर पेशेंस. आई अप्रिशिएट ऑल दिस एफर्ट दैट यू हैव डन स्टूडेंट्स. And be practical, focus on accuracy, and make me proud, make yourself proud, make your family proud, and get your success done. Okay. And be positive. Everybody will clear. I'm there. मैं बैठा हूँ आपको पढ़ाने के लिए. Don't worry. Take care, students. I'm signing off and leaving the session.